It's Saturday morning. You know what that means? It means it's time for the Cummins Real Estate Show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Curtis. And good morning, Joel.
We have
Good morning.
a guest, yes. And we're going to jump right in with the guest. I like that.
Yeah, well, he has a lot to say, and I have a lot to explain and share. So I want the listeners to get the whole 22 minutes. We're going to try to keep it within 22 minutes.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, you were notorious or infamous or famous, something, one of those words, the more positive one, for
Thank
your
you.
introductions. And so where's the introduction?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Joel, you and I have known each other for almost 10 years. I can't believe it.
Yes, crazy. Time flies.
It sure does when you're having fun, enjoying life, and working hard. The first project we ever worked on together was the master plan community of Harrison Highlands.
Yes.
Yes, that was so fun to do, and so that was a lot. You did how many plans for that?
I think overall it was almost 100 or just over 100 houses.
Amazing. And I was able to sell. I was the sales manager of it and worked with you on it. And you had some great ideas because actually I remember the windows and I remember certain design that you brought in that was different than other master plan communities. And these craftsman style homes are just beautiful. People love them. The buyers love them.
Yeah, I think aesthetically on the outsides we tried to keep them all kind of cohesive, but then on the insides we tried to do something completely different with each model. Some of them had taller ceilings, some of them had vaulted ceilings, some of them had bonus rooms above them, some of them had bonus rooms in the garage. So it gave a big spectrum for buyers to pick something that worked for them.
And on phase 2, you had to come up with a couple more designs.
Yeah, that was challenging because we had already done 5 or 6. And there was already some favorites in there. And then I was challenged to come up with 2 more plans. And I think what made it easy for me was that the views on the top level were all facing out the back, which was unique because in the first phase they were mostly facing out the front. So it allowed me to kind of change my thinking, and now that pushing to the views to the back, which led to some unique ideas in those plans.
And the views are so amazing. The picture windows just really let it all in. Like you feel like you're outside when you're inside. It's really fantastic. And later we're going to talk about the open house extravaganza we're going to have because today, well, okay, I'll just say it now. Today between 12 and 2, we are having this open house extravaganza since we're talking about Harrison Highlands. And 4 of your homes that you designed, we have open for the public to come through. We're going to have refreshments. So come on out to Harrison Highlands on Mount Woodside between 12 and 2 o'clock today and check out Joel's work. Now, Joel, you started your business many, many years ago. Even though you look so young, you have many years experience. You're
25 almost. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, gosh. And Fourth Dimension Design and Drafting. Can you tell us how you started this and when you started it and what was your inspiration?
Yeah, so in 2004, I was in my mid-20s, and I was kind of working for someone else and thinking, hey, I could probably do this on my own. And I just kind of took the leap. I had a partner at the time, and we started it. And at the beginning, you're just kind of taking any and everything you can get, building your clientele, and then, years go by, and you just get bigger and bigger. And, now we have 8 employees, full-time employees, and we do almost 200 projects a year. So it's crazy how much it's grown.
You do so much, and every time I've reached out for you to do something, your customer service is just top notch, and you're so friendly, and your front staff and your employees and those that work with you, it is a real nice experience as a customer and a client myself. And I had you do my Sasquatch cabin. I was doing some design there.
Yes.
And then our most recent one I'm so excited about is the new Mission Remax Magnolia. That's going to open up hopefully in the summer, but you designed the office spaces for that too.
Yes, so. And you get to join us in downtown Mission, which is a place that I love, that I grew up in, and that I love to see it revitalize, and the buildings being redone, and it's a completely different experience than it was 10 years ago. downtown Mission.
Totally.
Yeah.
I moved there in 2007 myself, and I've seen so much change since I've moved there. It's crazy amazing. I'm really excited about being part of the downtown core and the first Friday nights and the candlelight parade and everything that Mission has to offer, the festival in the park and all that. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, one neat thing I even found, the last 3 years I've decided that I'm going to do most of my Christmas shopping in downtown. So I start on one end and I walk all the way down and I go in every store and I come all the way back. And I've done that for 3 years now, and I got almost everything. And I've overheard from other people that people are coming from other towns, Pitt Meadows, Abbotsford, Chilliwack, just because they heard the downtown is getting really, really neat. And it's a good place to Christmas shop.
That is so neat that you do that. I love that. And it was so interesting. My sister-in-law and friends, we all went out for lunch, and we went out to Fort Langley, and they brought it up. Why don't we do this in Mission? Let's go to Mission and spend a day just shopping and having lunch there. And I said, that's a fantastic idea, because there's so many great shops there now. It's so fun. And
some of you never even knew were there. And you just go, I'm going to go in the next shop, and you're like, wow, this shop's here, and I didn't even know it was here.
You do all your Christmas shopping. I love that. I'm going to try that. Shop local, and that's like so fantastic.
Yeah, instead of going on Amazon, let's shop local and support our
your
neighbors.
Other business. Yeah, that's awesome. Curtis,
yes,
I know that you had a question for Joel, but first, I just want to, because I love asking questions. And Joel, and this is a question for you, Curtis, is who are you inspired by? An architect or a designer that?
It's funny. I think I'm more inspired by just what I see. So, like, when I go on vacation, when I'm traveling to other cities, I really just like to. Me and my wife are big bike riders, so we'll go to Victoria and we'll just go on a 2-hour bike ride, but we'll ride through all the neighborhoods, and you get a lot of inspiration seeing the old houses and the new houses. So I'm less about following someone else and more just about driving around, going to California, going here and just looking at where the architecture is in these different places.
Oh, I'm from Orange County, California.
Oh, wow.
I was born there, and my dad actually was a builder and helped build a lot of places in Palm Desert, and so he was part of design in that sense
Very
as
cool.
well. What he did, so that's really neat. I love that. Before I say who I like, Curtis, who's your architect design of inspiration?
My architect inspiration? I don't know a lot of. I actually am a fan of architecture, and I'm getting more and more into it as I get older. I don't know a lot of the names other than the Frank Lloyd Wright names and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But or Art Deco and some of the old names. But I do love, like you said, when you're traveling, when you go to like Toronto or you go to somewhere like New York and you see these old buildings that have been repurposed, and it's like 100-year-old building that's now a recording studio or something like that. It's so cool to kind of see that. They do a great job of that in Toronto. There's so many old buildings there that they use. We don't do a great job of that in Vancouver. We have a couple. We have the Marine Building and we have the Hotel Vancouver and things like that. But I just like looking at the old stuff. I just want to go to Europe. I want to go to Europe and check out I want to go to Spain and Rome and things like that and just check out all the buildings.
Oh, yes.
It's funny you say that, because our office that we just moved into a year ago on First, it was a 100-year-old building. They tore it right down to the studs, rebuilt it all. So we're in an office in a 100-year-old building where everything is new, but we kept the floors. So they're actual 100-year-old hardwood floors from 1921. And it's a cool piece of history, and we kept some of the doors. Our door to our boardroom is a 100-year-old handmade door that we used to be on
really
the
cool.
old elevator. And so there's a little bit of history, even though there's a lot of new. We like to keep the history, because that's one thing about Mission is it feels very historic downtown.
Yes, the character, and I love the revitalization that's happening. And of course, things don't happen as quickly as you like, but it is coming along, and it's doing really great. When we come back on our second half, I want to talk about like the actual meat and potatoes, like the actual process and how this all it works. But yeah, I was going to say for my inspiration, the father on Brady Bunch. No, I'm joking.
That's impressive, though. What a great reference. I forgot he was an architect.
And a model builder. Yeah.
And I'm just like, she's right. He was an architect. I remember.
Yeah, their house is fantastic, too. But no, Frank Lloyd Wright too, and lots of nature, and just I know you're inspired in your family, your wife and your daughter, out getting outdoors and spending time, being out in nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're big fitness enthusiasts, and we bike ride probably a few thousand kilometers every summer. And yeah, last year we did the Victoria one where you take the ferry, you bike your bikes on the ferry, and you pack your bags on the back, and you just ride your bikes to Victoria, stay a few days, and you ride back. And
I want to do that on my motorcycle.
Yeah, it was really neat. Yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
It has a throttle. It's cheating. One of my e-bikes has a throttle too. That's cheating too, huh?
Kind of. Yeah.
Well, at least you can pedal the e-bike.
Yes, true.
Yes, pedal assist, right?
So I guess we have to run on our break, but yes, I've got some more questions for you when we come back.
All right, if people want more information about your listings and things like that, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this.